naked shamanism. Welcome to With Insights Radio. I'm your host, Iggy Garcia. I will take you on a journey across the universe through shamanism, metaphysical, and holistic. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Welcome to Iggy Garcia Live, the Naked Shaman, here on With Insights Radio, Blog Talk Radio Network also. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and we're going to talk a little bit about your dreams, my dreams, all dreams. It's going to be a twofold thing. It's going to be about actual dreams, and then it's going to be actually about the dreams that you are trying to manifest and trying to work. So it's kind of like a two-sided thing, because our dreams are also part of who we are and the things that we manifest and the things that we work to and help to manifest. So not everything is just one-sided. So I'm going to light a candle like we do every show, giving thanks to those who have been in our lives and those who have transitioned, and giving thanks to my mom, my grandma, and all of my ancestors, and those who left suddenly and those who are not well. Give them some energy, send them some love, raise the vibration, raise our frequency a little bit so we can feel a little bit better ourselves. I know it's been hard for a lot of people this past month or so. It's been hard for me too. So you're not alone. You're not alone. So we're going to burn a little bit of sage. This is lavender and sage. All right, here we go. I love this stuff. So anytime you need to do some cleansing, some purification, smudging yourself with a little bit of sweetgrass, and this is actually sweetgrass, sage, and lavender all mixed together. And I want to say hi to Sue. I want to say hi to Anita. Those of you who are tuning in, I appreciate you for your time and your dedication to be here and listen to me talk about things that I like to talk about. So, oh, it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. Let's just smell it. Smell it. We'll smudge the phone, and we'll smudge everybody who wants to be smudged. There we go. We'll let that burn for a little bit, and I'm going to get a little bit of sweetgrass, because I grew this sweetgrass a couple of years ago. I love sweetgrass. This is vanilla sweetgrass, so it has a hint of vanilla. That was really good. Boy, that feels really good. Sweetgrass. I love sweetgrass. I made some for my friends. I made some for David, Adriana, Mary, and Mark. I made them all some sweetgrass, some braids that I grew. They came out pretty good. Smells good. All right, guys. So we're here. I tell you, this has been a crazy. I don't want to say bad, but it's been kind of crazy of a month. This month's almost over. I'm like, what happened? Where did July go? I turned around and there it was. I'm like, boop, there it is, right there, boom, right in front of us. Couldn't even believe how fast that we're rolling through. I mean, it's July 23rd. Isn't that crazy? We're almost to August 1st. I cannot believe this. Where did the time go? My summer's over. Because from here on, I coach now. I coach soccer. I coach youth soccer in a local middle school here in Columbus, Ohio. And I've been doing that for 17 years. Soccer was one of my passions. It was one of the things I did for a long time. I kind of stepped away from it, but the only thing I didn't step away was coaching these middle school kids for many, many years. Many of these kids are adults now, and they have their own kids and family. It's kind of funny when you run into them out in the street. They remember you, and sometimes you remember them. And sometimes you feel really bad because you don't remember their names. But even though, that happens, they always remind you, say, hey, you were real positive and you were like the Zen coach and we really appreciate it. And I'm sure there's always one kid that probably didn't quite get it. So I'm pretty cool about that. But I want to say that it's a pleasure to be able to work with young people and actually get them to see life a little bit differently. It's been a blessing that where I coach, they let me do some things. I mean, I don't do anything out of the realm, out of the scope of religion or anything, but I do give them the idea to see things differently. Let's put it that way, so that there are other possibilities, and so you can actually see things much differently than what you're seeing them. So that's been a plus, and the parents have been on board with that, and I appreciate that. Never had any issues, never had any problems with anybody thinking that I was out of line or out of character in that way. But it's pretty cool to be able to share the knowledge that's up here, the things that we learn along the way, and share that with those kids and instill those dreams and those beliefs. And you'd be surprised the things that kids can do when they're given the proper opportunity and the proper motivation to do things. And I think that's so amazing and so powerful. And I actually have a whole song dedicated to that. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull it up or not, but I'm going to try to pull it up, because this song that I wrote for these kids, it was basically telling a story about how they were able to, what my passion of coaching was, why it's so important to me. And the gist of it, I just tell the kids it all starts in their mind. It all begins in their head. Believe it or not, just like everybody else who's watching the show, everything starts here. We start to navigate, produce, create, release all the chemicals that lead us to the place we want to go. And sometimes it's a long process, and sometimes it's a very short process, a very quick process. But either way, that's what we try to do on the show. We try to stay positive. And, I had a young man reach out to me today, and he was really curious about, the work that I was doing. And, I had never really had anybody truly ask me what I did, and he was really curious about it. So I kind of explained to him, the gist of the conversation was, there's a lot of people going down the negative road. There's a lot of people going down the shadow side of life. And I decided that I didn't want to go down that path. I wanted to walk a path of light and positivity as much as possible, as much as I can be in that energy, in that frequency at any given time. There are times that I fall short. I mean, I'm just like everybody else. But I try to work to pull myself out of that stuff as much as possible. And sometimes I do really well, and sometimes I don't do so well. But it was nice to be asked, what I did, and I explained to him. And I'm thinking, is that what I really do? Is that really what I'm involved with and part of? So it was really nice to have that question asked to me, proposed to me. So what do you do for a living? What do you do? And I know everybody asks that, and it's been one of those things throughout my years and throughout life. You're going, so how do I describe the work I do? And it's kind of just being myself and sharing the thoughts that roll in my head. There are some of you who are online here who know me pretty intimately, know me pretty well, and you probably see a little bit of difference in me, but there's a lot of me. It's pretty much this is how I am. I like to share. I like to be involved. I like to create community. I like to involve everybody. And I don't know if that always is conducive with a lot of people and always works out in the way we think it should. I've got a huge drumming coming up with my friends that we've organized over the years. The gathering of 1,000 drummers. This drumming is amazing. We've been doing it for 6 years now. I think it's 6 years. I think Adriana's online. She can correct me if it's 5 or 6. I think it's 6. I'm pretty sure it's 6. But it just amazes me all the things that we've all created together. We've co-created with people, and the things that we've done, even with some of you who are online right now who know me over the years. I'm a very big collaborator. I like to co-create with people. The Gathering of 1,000 Drummers is basically the gathering of all the drummers in Ohio, in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Michigan, Indiana. We have people come from all over. And I remember the first year we did that, we had close to 500 people. And that was pretty amazing. And every year is different. Some years we had 3, some years we had 4. And we just stopped counting after that. And if you really want to be around people who are really motivated and very jacked up and really excited about life and they really want to do stuff, you should come out Sunday. It's from 11 to 5. Totally amazing vibration, totally amazing, frequency and love and hope and peace and everything that we're trying to promote there. We're trying to promote, what it means to be human, what it means to be alive, what it means to, be in the moment, what it means to enjoy life, because life is very short. Life is very, very, very fast, very quick. Just as fast as you got here, you exit. And so I'm trying to live my life in a way that is very, fun, very organized. I know sometimes it's difficult to do the things I want to do. And sometimes, I don't make, the money that I probably could if I had a regular job. But I felt it was my calling to do things differently and to live life differently and to share what I feel is important and to bring people together and to work together and to create these amazing events we do. This Wednesday we have an event, so the fireside event drumming that we're going to be doing at my Sage Place. Those of you who are familiar with that, that's kind of a new project that I've been working on with my friend Jan, and it's evolving into its own thing, and that's kind of what we wanted. And then we have Saturday this other event. Okay, this is the Walk of the Peacemakers. Okay, it's a walk for peace, love, peace, and hope, and all the good things that come with that. Okay, there's so many anti-everything that I just got tired, and my friends and I got tired of doing all the anti-stuff, because it doesn't, what resists persists. We push onto that, we get more of that. So why not push into love, into peace, into hope, into harmony, and all those good things, and create something amazing like that? And I think that's what we're doing, and that's from 1 to 3:30ish, sort of like that. And so what we're trying to do there is create the environment that there are other possibilities to see the world. There's other possibilities to be able to, enjoy life. It doesn't always have to be so combative and so difficult and hard, because we do that. So we have the drumming, okay, on Wednesday. We have the peace walk on Saturday. Then we have the 1,000 drummers on Sunday. So we've got a jam-packed week. We're going to be pretty busy. So if you can make it out, I guarantee you that you will have fun. I guarantee you that you will dance. I guarantee that you will drum. I guarantee that you're going to have one of the best times you've ever had. Okay? And if you don't enjoy it and you didn't have a good time with it, I can't help you. I can't help you with that. That's kind of on you. You got to look for the fun and the enjoyment in things. Life is very quick and very fast. So the only guarantee I can tell you is, if you come to me, you're going to have fun. Okay? If you're not having fun at the drumming, come find me. The guy with the big panda head. Okay? Because I'm bringing Nachito Panda. He's going to be drumming with us too. He's going to have a lot of fun. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit today about dreams. Okay? A little bit about dreams. Now, those of you who would like reading stuff, you can call 646-595-3440. And again, that's 646-595-3440. That's the call-in number. Okay, you'll be on air and be able to talk with me and ask questions. All right? So here's the thing. This month has been crazy. And I know everybody's been having some weird, wild, crazy dreams. And some probably daydreams and probably some visions and some things that just kind of take you and kind of catch you off guard. Now, I won't have all the answers, but I have my dream dictionary on my iPad here, so we can type in things, we can ask questions too. So, but what I've learned through different teachers and different experiences is that our dreams and the dreams that I'm talking about, these dreams that we dream in our head, okay, not necessarily the dreams that we want to create. We will get into that in a little bit later. But these dreams that we're actually dreaming about, these are actually messages to ourselves, okay? These are stories to ourselves. These are reminders to ourselves. These are aspects of us, okay? I've been told and I've been taught that our dreams are 50-50. 50% of it is the message and 50% of it is us. We're creating that. There's ways for communication, ways to talk to ourselves. Now, I know some of you have had recurring dreams and dreams that you have over and over and over, and you just can't quite shake it. You can't quite move from it. And sometimes we have these dreams that we're constantly repeating over and over and over. So there's ways we try to subconsciously try to communicate with ourselves and talk to ourselves because, verbally we just can't. Sometimes just looking at ourselves we can't. But you can look in the mirror and you can talk to yourself in the same aspect. Like if you want to have a conversation from the dreams that you're having, well, one of the biggest things to do is to actually do mirror work. Okay, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask questions about the dream that you had. This particular dream was specific. So what happens is it puts us in a frame of mind. Number one, when we see ourselves, we're kind of relaxed. We're kind of, we chill a little bit. We're not so, triggered by the people. But then there are other groups that do get triggered by looking at us but you have to work through that process. The mirror work is important. The mirror work is also for us to see, and then we can't, lie to ourselves what we hear. And it's always usually the first thing that you sing, the first thing you talk, the first thing comes out of your mouth. Now, anytime you want to interpret dreams, it's super, super, super important is that you write these things down. Because if you don't write them down, you're going to forget. Number one, write it down, or number two, record it. Record the dream that you created. Because these dreams actually have a lot of messages. Now, you may not be able to interpret the dreams that you're asking and the questions you're asking about your dreams because subconsciously you don't really want to know the answer. Subconsciously, you're blocking yourself, all right? There's pieces and parts of these dreams that are kind of, a little bit scary, a little bit fearful. So, but there are people like myself. There are people like my friend Adriana. There's people like, Jan. There's people who we all know who are able to interpret your dreams. They're able to break them down and be able to, piece and bring parts back to it and ask you and echo back to you what you heard. Now, for those of you who have dreams and things that you want to talk about, please come online, 646-595-3440, and I can probably help coach you through the process if that's what you want to do. Now, life is a kind of a reflection and it's a mirror of us. Now, there are lucid dreams where they're very real and then you feel there and like you're present there. And then there's just dreams where you're like the bystander, where you're just kind of looking at things. But then there's dreams where you're just totally there. You feel like it. There's flying dreams. There's clock dreams. There's naked dreams. There's dreams where you lose your teeth, which is kind of weird. I've never heard that until the other day. Okay, there's dreams that you went to school and you're still in the same class doing things over and over and over. So basically, it's really up to you what you're thinking about, what's going on. And sometimes dreams don't actually come out in the way that we think they are. We go to bed usually and we don't really think about things, but our conscious and subconscious mind have this contract and they work together. If for some reason they have to send us a message or tell us something. Now, in most indigenous cultures and most, in like Native American cultures, Peruvian cultures, or I need a little bit more sweetgrass, your dreams are very important. Your dreams are very powerful. Your dreams can actually be the reality, okay, the reality of who you think or what we think we are. And some things in the dream world, some of us can fly planes, some of us can fly. Some of us are driving sports cars. We're doing some really crazy, amazing things. Why is that? Because in the dream world, it's another version and another, experience and another place where we can actually be something different. We can be something completely out of character who we are. Okay? So when you look at the 3D world that we live in today, who we are today, where we sit, we don't feel like we have control. We don't feel like we are able to go through the wall or fly. But in our dreams, we can do anything. Anything's possible in our dreams. In the dream state, we can create anything, just about. Good, bad, indifferent, shadow, light, whatever you want to call it. We do it. Why do we do it? Okay, so we have a lot of questions. We have a lot of things that we ask. We have a lot of emotions. We have a lot of experiences. We have a lot of memories. And all these things are embedded in us. We are one huge memory stick. Remember, now there are dreams that you're dreaming from something that doesn't even belong to you. These are dreams that actually have been the miasm, the energy in the cell memory that's been passed down by your family, your generations. And every individual in the family is completely different. You can do a DNA test on each individual person, and they all kind of have a different chemistry, a different make, a different model. Just because you have a brother and a sister doesn't mean that you'll always take all the traits that they do. Dreams are the same way. We also take dreams from all this stuff. Well, why wouldn't we? You have to ask yourself, why wouldn't we be able to take on memories from somebody who's been here 1,000 years ago, who was in our line? Why couldn't that be? Why isn't that possible? Now, most of you, and I'm going to use an example here real quick, if I can find it. Hold on a second. Okay, here it is. All right, here. All right, most of us, we have things that we call memory sticks or whatever. Okay. Now I want you to think of this. This is a memory stick. Okay. It's actually a lighter, but we're going to pretend it's a memory stick. Okay. So the memory stick is like all memory sticks. Okay, and they all hold information. They all hold a whole slew of stuff that we put on here, right? Until we take it off, it's still there. Okay, so it's not removed. So over time, it does get full. It does get corrupted, and it does get wiped out. Some dreams at some point no longer continue. They don't go through. All right. So memory stick. Okay, this Obsidian Quartz crystal, memory stick. Okay, why is it a memory stick? You have to understand that this particular, not this particular crystal in general, but these crystals, these crystalline artifacts that we have, they hold a record and they hold a knowledge of times past, things that have never been ever. We can't even fathom what's on here. The question is, can we read it? Can we pull the information that's out of it? Think about your house. Think about all the stones, everything that has rock, anything that has some type. Everything has memory. Everything has cell memory. Every single thing. Okay, this crystal I have here, if there was a way to read it, we could probably see things that were underground, things that were growing. We could probably see the process of this crystal as it expanded and as it grew, or the things that were around it. We're the same way. There's no different. There's nothing different. Now, as human beings, we work on a different type of frequency. We work on a different type of energy. We're really, I don't know, we're very flexible. We're pliable a little bit. Some things are very, the energy is very strong and very coarse but on the atomic level, we're all the same. Every single of us. We're all carbon-based, forms. Every single one of us. So, is our dreams as we're creating all this stuff. And so we have all this memory, have all this stuff, and we have all these worries, and we have all these things. And then as human beings, we push everything down. We push everything down. We don't want to talk about anything. We just let it all go, okay? And all of a sudden, we suppress it. And it's pushed down, and it's no longer good for us. So what happens is, later down the line, something triggers us. Something moves us. Something puts us in a different state of mind. Something puts us in a place where we're not able to function in the way that we would like to. Now, some dreams are really beautiful. Some dreams are just amazing, and you don't want to come back. Okay? Meditation's a form of dreaming. Okay, where you can go and you can actually get messages and listen. Okay? Astral projection is another form of dreaming. It's another form of moving outside of the realms of physics and out of the realm of your body. Okay? So our dreams tell us stories and tell us things that we probably need to work on, things that we need to move into spaces that are super important for us to look at. Now, depending on what your dream is, I don't know what you're dreaming, and I don't know what's going on. I can only give you examples of mine. I had crazy dreams. I had dreams about clocks, because I was one of those people who was always never wanted to be late to anything, but was late to everything. I'm kind of still like that a little bit. I don't mean to be, but I had these recurring dreams about clocks for a long time where I was in this, I could hear the alarm going off in my room, okay? And this clock, there was all these clocks, but I couldn't find the alarm clock, all right? And then when I thought I found the alarm clock, I was pushing the snooze, I was trying to turn it off, and it wouldn't turn off. And I had all these clocks and all these, watches and stuff that were all there. And there were people moving in and out through the process, but it was like I was on a search, like I didn't have enough time, like I wasn't able to move into the spaces I wanted to. And so I'm pushing, the clock, and I'm pushing the snooze button, and it wouldn't turn off. And I tell you, that felt like it was hours. It felt like I was hours moving through that, and I couldn't move through that. And so I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what that clock means. I wonder what's that about, because it was an amazing dream, because it was like almost like a clock city. It was kind of like a German town with Tudor style buildings, and it was pretty interesting because it was almost maze, like there was mazes too, like there was patterns and shapes that I had to walk through. I wasn't lost. It wasn't a sense of loss, like I was confused, didn't know where I was at, but I was able to navigate. I was able to go just because of the sounds of the clocks. And so I'm going into this one space, and then I walk into this room, and the sound gets louder, gets more, more intense. And I'm sitting there going, wow, that's pretty wild. And I come up to these alarm clocks like you have. Remember those old-fashioned motel alarm clocks like we used to have? I don't know if you guys remember those, but we used to have those. We used to have a bunch because my dad used to buy them in auctions, so we had boxes of them. My dad. But anyhow, I remember this alarm, and I get to the alarm, and I'm pushing all the alarms, and I'm pushing all the buttons, and none of them are going off. Okay? Now, how would I interpret that message? What is that message? What is going on? So I'm asking myself, what's happening? What is it that I need to work on? What is it that I have to go through to work through myself, my body, my emotions, my feelings? What is it that I have to work on? And I find it very fascinating because it was one of those dreams that you're just like, oh, this is like intense. There's just like a lot of stuff here going on. It's because there's an aspect of myself personally that feels like I don't have enough time on the clock. Like there's not enough time. Like I can't get or do where I want to be. There's also another aspect of that where it's just like maybe I have too much time on my hands. So the story is both are true. For me, they're both true. I have too much time on my hands, and I don't have enough time on my hands. So it's a reminder that I have to find balance, and I have to find rhythm and harmony in the things that I'm doing, in the situations that I am in, and with the people who are around me. Because I'm easy to give away myself in the process of helping others and working with others, and that could be hard on myself, my own psyche, that I sometimes get caught in. But the story for me was all these different aspects of what was happening to me personally, what was going on. So I had to work through that energy. I had to work through that story, and they are stories, but they're half truths. Okay, there's a half truth to that. Part of it was a message, and the other part of me is I was creating, and have to work through the process. So dreams aren't, because they're bad doesn't mean they're bad. Okay, that's another thing. That's also a myth. Just because you have a dark dream doesn't mean that you're having dark entities or going to run into bad things. We create in our minds what we think it's going to be. But so even in the darkness, we can find light. Never forget that. Even the darkest places we fall, there is light coming in from somewhere, and it will help us through. Okay, even when we don't think that's possible. Now, for those of you who want to call in and share your dream, the number is 646-595-3440. Okay, and I can kind of maybe work the process and maybe kind of guide you in a direction that maybe it'll be able to answer some of your questions. Okay, and for those of you who need intuitive dreams, we'll do that later. So your dreams are very powerful. Your dreams are aspects of you. Most of us don't even want to come back from the dream world. Sometimes I don't want to wake up. Sometimes I'm like, this is really cool. This is like a really cool place to be. This is like really awesome. Like I really want to keep flying. Okay. Now, most of you have probably had flying dreams. The flying dreams are pretty amazing. They're very spiritual. They're very connected, and they're also about reminding yourself to be grounded. Okay. Just because you're flying doesn't necessarily mean, okay, that you're going up into the heavens and the ethers or whatever you want to call it. Okay, but it also was a reminder that we have to come back to the place that we need to come back, because it's easy to escape. All of us want to escape. I want to escape. You want to escape. We all want to go up there. We want to be up here and fly. But the dream is magical still. Spirits is also there reminding you, say, hey, you know what? Put your arms out. If you ever see dreams, flying dreams, your arms are out like this, and you navigate, and you're moving around, and then you lift up. Well, the coolest thing is I've always wanted to fly, but not planes. I just wanted to fly like Superman. And there was part of me that wanted to be like that. The other day, okay, and I tell you, this is my dream. The other day, I'm flipping through Facebook like most of us do, and this video comes on. It's about this guy who's on this jet pack thing, okay, and he's got his hands, and wherever his hands move, he can control the drone or whatever they've created. And it's crazy. I'm going, oh my God, that's my dream. I'm like, that's how I feel when I'm flying. I couldn't explain that to anybody, and I never knew how that was because I would just raise my arms. He was doing that in the video. So if you go on my Facebook timeline, you'll see this video, and he's flying on this little jet pack. He's standing on it almost like he's on this drone thing, but it's a jet. It's part of a jet, like a jet type thing that they made. It's amazing. I'm just like, I gotta do that. I'm like, I want to do. I don't know how that's. I probably hurt myself. But that would be a hurt that I would love to do, maybe by water. But I was just like, oh my goodness, that is just amazing. For those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Pretty cool. So I got a caller. Let's take a caller and see where they're at and see what's going on in their mind. So just listening, guys. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, Iggy. This is Sue. How are you tonight?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I have a dream that I could use some help with.
Okay.
I lost my husband suddenly 3 years ago. After he was gone about 6 months, I had a dream that he wasn't actually dead, that he had moved on and had another family and was cheating on me. Okay. Now, I realized later on that meant I felt cheated with his leaving so suddenly.
Right.
Well, about 4 or 5 nights ago, I had a dream that he had moved out suddenly and wouldn't even talk to me. But I thought, I'll try calling his phone one more time. And I called, and he told me that he was living with a man from work and wanted me to come over. So I went over to his house, and he was actually living with another woman with another life and wanted to move out from her and come back with me, but I didn't want him back. And he handed me a check for $25,715 and said, I hope this is enough. I don't want you to do without.
Okay.
And I have no clue what this means.
All right. That was pretty interesting. Well, when we're doing dream interpretation, we also want to ask you, it's important we ask you before I give my opinions and whatever I'm thinking, what you think about these particular, there's like a pattern here. There's 3 months, there's cheating, there's an amount of money, there's a whole bunch of, it's almost like you're having this breakup, through this dream world. Okay? Like you didn't have closure. For me, it sounds like there was no closure, but what do you feel? Like, how did you interpret the dream? How did you feel it?
I really don't know. I was confused because, I mean, I miss him being around.
Right.
But when he wanted to come back, I didn't want him back.
Now this was in the dream, correct? I'm understanding?
Correct.
Okay. What I'm feeling and what I'm going to tell you is doesn't feel like there was closure in this relationship. Like it happened in such a way that you weren't able to move into the spaces and the places that you need to be. Okay. Now, and I know that he's not coming back. He's not coming back in the way that we think we would like him to come back. That's just not. That doesn't work that way in this 3D world that we live in. But there are some things here. There's some financial aspects about it. There's some things that weren't settled. There's some things that just needed to be worked on, and they haven't been worked on. Now, since you've had this dream, have you been able to work on some of the things that you've gone through, like on some of the financial aspects? Because when he died, I'm sure he left some things behind, some things that need to be taken care of.
Oh, he left a lot of stuff unfinished.
Yeah. So there's a lot of unfinished business between you and your husband, even though he's transitioned and he's moved on.
Right.
Have you been able to do any type of ceremony, any type of connection or prayer for him to move on out of your life? Because there's a part of him still in your life. There's still part of. It feels like there's some resentment there. There's a little bit of pieces and parts of him that haven't left you.
I had a lot of very negative feelings from a lot of stuff that was left undone, and I have been able to move on from that.
Good.
And I have told him that I have forgiven him. And I have forgiven him for probably 98% of everything, but there's still a couple of things that I haven't been able to let go of yet.
Okay. And how have you forgiven yourself?
I haven't.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's important. That's an important piece right there.
Okay.
Would you think that's important? I mean, I'm going to ask you, what haven't you forgiven about yourself in this process?
Probably the negative feelings and the resentment that I had for him.
Okay. So we have all these feelings, all these emotions that were bottled up, that somebody who's never going to be coming back, no one who's going to move any stone or anything for you anymore. So how do we move on from here? How do we get you into a place that you honor yourself, create healthy limits and boundaries with other people in this relationship that's past? Because this relationship, the closure is you haven't forgiven yourself for some aspect of it. There's some part of you that just is not incongruent with what happened, but yet you have no control of it. So we have to find pieces and parts how we're going to heal you, how we're going to forgive. You're going to forgive yourself for anything you did. You didn't do anything here. He died and left you with things, but yet you still feel some pressure and you still feel some guilt.
Yeah.
So we have to work through that process, and I know it's easy, and I know we don't have enough time here, but this is something I would like to work with you on, if that's possible, outside the show, without getting too personal in your business with everybody who's listening to the show.
Okay.
But there's some forgiveness aspects I think that maybe I can help you work through, so you can help heal yourself. Because we have to self-heal. We have to work. Will you be open for that?
Sure.
Okay. So you know how to get a hold of me.
Yes,
so let's get together. Let's work together, and maybe we can find a solution, something that will get you into the better place, in a better frame of mind, in a better understanding. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Sue. Thank you for calling.
Great.
I thank you for the courage to share that story with us and talk to us about that. It just feels like I have to put the brakes on that a little bit.
Okay.
It's very a personal matter for you, okay?
Okay.
And I don't want to be putting all your stuff on the air.
I understand.
All right, my sister. I love you very much, okay?
Well,
give me a call.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Iggy.
You're welcome. Well, dreams are very powerful, guys, okay? Dreams can hold us back. Dreams can be one of those things that, put us in a frame of mind that we're not able to move or navigate, because we're processing what we think is happening. Sometimes we need a little bit of coaching. Sometimes we need somebody else to come and pop in and say, hey, did you ever look at it like this? You ever look at it from this angle? Did you ever look at things like that? Now, my friend Sue, who was online, it was going to get to the point where, I didn't want to bring up things and talk about things because it's personal. Okay? And I know she's feeling it. I can feel it. I can feel the energy coming over the phone. And, she sincerely wants to move from this space. And we're going to maybe find some solutions for her and some avenues and some things to find. So, Sue, thanks. Appreciate that. So anybody else wants to call in, anybody else wants to share and talk and tell me about dreams, even if you just want to share your dream, I think that would be really cool. I want to hear some of your wild dreams. I want to hear your fantasy dreams. I want to hear about your space dreams, your traveling dreams, the dreams that maybe don't need answered. Maybe just you were there and that was enough, and that you understood. Because sometimes at a higher level, we can understand what we're dreaming about, what's happening and what's going on. All right? So the number is 646-595. Give me a call. Come and share. Talk to me, because this is super important. We also We're going to take a little break here in 2 seconds. So think about it. I really want to share. I really want to hear you guys, and I really appreciate you calling because I know you guys all dream. Everybody dreams. And, if it's a nightmare, share it, because today might be the day that you have a little breakthrough, a little bit to tread ground a little bit better, something just to bring you back into the space a little bit, something to bring you into a little bit of more of a feeling, a better place to be. So I'm going to go into a little commercial break for my radio listeners because I also have radio listeners as well, and this is a live stream. So it will be a 30-second break, 30-second pause. We'll be right back. You are listening to WithinsightsRadio.com, your free online resource for achieving self-discovery and inspiration. With Insights Radio is a listener-supported radio station, and your donations are greatly appreciated. We cover a variety of topics, interviews surrounding the metaphysical and holistic and natural medicine, alternative healing modalities, and much more. Thank you for tuning in to WithinsightsRadio.com. Not me, man. Don't talk to me like that. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you're getting a little bit of nuggets here and there. There's a lot of stuff, and I know we can't get everything in on the show all at one time, and we're trying to. We're trying to understand a little bit. Trying to understand ourselves is trying to unlock mysteries of the universe, okay? We're just as complex as the universe. Sometimes a little bit more complex. Sometimes a little bit more stuck. Sometimes a little bit free-flowing and unfree-flowing. We have our moments. But, think about it. We're part of this grand scheme, this big part of this universe that's having this spiritual experience through us. Okay, we're splinters of the universe. We're pieces and parts of everything that's ever been created, everything that will be created, everything that has been, will be, and shall be, all right? We're living in a timeline that's our own, and there are other people living multiple timelines outside of us. There's other people who are moving and flowing through life and through energy. So everything's simultaneously happening at the same time. Everything's happening at the same moment. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So how do we do that? Well, in our dreams, right? When we go to our dream state, it's happening in that moment. It's happening in a time continuum that we can't even explain. It happens in a way that is unfamiliar to us. It happens in a way that sometimes has no explanation. Sometimes these dreams that we have, they defy gravity. They defy physics. They defy everything that even science would even think about. Our dreams can do amazing things, okay? Our dreams also can hold us back, or our dreams can actually move us forward or propel us into the space we need to be. The thing is, how do we do that? How do we use our dreams? How do we use our dreams to benefit us, to hold us, and to help us get into the spaces we need to? Well, that's the rub. That's the magic word. That's the thing we don't know sometimes. But that's why we have to break it down. That's why dream journaling is huge and important, super powerful to actually dream your dreams and then put them on paper or record them. I personally like to record them, then write them down later because I'm not necessarily the most avid writer. I don't like to write sometimes, but I do like to record myself. I like to be on the recording, the little, thing and say, hey, I had this dream and you know what? I fell, got back up, got back up, but that way you can play it back. And then when you listen to your dreams and you listen to how you expressed it and how you gave that interpretation about the dream and how that dream manifested itself and how it created it through itself. Because a lot of times our dreams, okay, are telling stories about us, about things that we just forgot, that we don't remember anymore, all right? So we have another caller online. We're going to take this caller and we're going to see where they're at, what's going on, what's happening. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Who's this?
This is Jan.
Hey, Jan. What's up?
I just called to tell about a dream I had that was amazing.
Okay. Well, Jan's going to tell us a story, so here we go.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love your program, by the way.
Thank you.
Just the dream topic is awesome. Thank you. So I thought I would share this amazing dream that I had, which really really speaks to listening to your dreams and doing something about it. So I went to high school with this girl that I was not friends with and whom I really didn't like at all, and this was a lot of years ago. And in my dream, she appears in my dream. And she happens to be at the top of these very, very, very steep stair steps. And she's calling out, and she says, please, somebody help me. I need help. And I could hear her, and I didn't like her. But nonetheless, I thought, well, I should help her. So I hollered up the steps, and I said, hey, I'll help you. What do you need? And she said, I can't see. I need somebody to help me, come down the stairs. And so I reached out my hand, and my hand seemed to span the length of all of these stair steps, defying, physics, I suppose. And I held her hand, and I guided her down the stair steps. And then she was fine, and that's all I remembered from the dream. But the next day, I will share that I thought a lot about it, and I thought, wow, wonder why that was on my mind. And then I thought maybe she really did need help. So I tracked this woman down after 40-some years, and I got no response. She didn't answer the phone, but I did get a voice message, and I just left my name and said that I had a dream about her and just wanted to know that she was all right. So about 10 days later, I get a phone call from this girl. And she proceeds to tell me that her and her husband were hiking. They hiked the Appalachian Trail or Appalachia, depending on where you're from in Ohio. And that they were at the top of a peak, and she got shingles, and she got shingles in her eyes, and that she could not see. And her husband was having a very, very difficult time helping her down off of this mountain because it was very, treacherous. The terrain was very steep. And she said she just kept praying and praying and praying to be, helped and to be guided. And she felt like God just reached down his hand and held her hand and guided her off that mountain without fear, and that she had no fear and that she was okay. And I just thought that was amazing to have that dream, to reach out to her. And, of course, I lifted her up just in case there was something wrong, and then to find out that that was real. So dreams are absolutely everything you've said and more. And what a great and wonderful way to be able to, go from our conscious world to our sleep world and be able to help somebody even from there. Good stuff.
Yeah, dreams are powerful. Sometimes dreams, I didn't talk about this aspect yet. Sometimes dreams, we also are connected to other people. They actually connect us to all my relations. Sometimes we have these dreams that we don't understand what they mean sometimes, and they don't seem like they fit into our parameters, but sometimes they're about having visions for other people, having a moment where you actually step into their field for a moment, and that's what's happening. Okay? So basically, it sounds like what you did is you kind of stepped into her field for a moment, just, and helped her through the process. And, the funny thing about it is, depending how that dream played out, you had a dream about her. You probably also prevented her from things happening to her also, because you could have discounted it. You could have just said, whatever, but you called and you asked. You changed the parameters of how all that works and how that energy and how that frequency flows. We take for granted. I don't know if you remember the old saying. Your mom would always say, if you had a bad dream, you need to tell somebody about it, because if you don't tell them, it won't come true. That was what they used to tell us in our culture.
I'm so glad you said that out loud, because the same thing in this culture. We've all heard that. Talk about it. It's not as scary when you talk about it. And I think that, just to throw this out there, I think that what you were saying before is this dream actually really helped me. I needed to forgive this girl for something she did to me years and years and years ago to make me healthy. And so that was a really great opportunity for me to be able to forgive and to heal.
And like yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great show.
You're welcome. All right.
Blessings, Iggy.
Blessings to you too. That's my friend Jan. We actually work together on My Sage Place. We kind of collaborate and work together on those projects. Yeah, dreams are pretty cool. Dreams can be really powerful. Okay, so call in number 646-595-3440. I'm going to check the chat room real quick. Make sure no one's left a question there. I think there's a question. Gabby, probably, I can't even say who that is. She says it makes a lot of sense recording and transcribing afterwards. Cool. So, moving along on our dreams. All right. Let's see. Dreams can really be really fun sometimes. I have fun dreams. I mean, I have these dreams of just some amazing things and some amazing places that I travel. I like to hear your stories about things that you've done, things that you've traveled to, and places you've seen. One of the coolest dreams I ever had, okay, was I was walking through this woods, this forest. I was walking through this forest, and I came out, and it was kind of that time. I don't know if you guys remember, what was it? True Bloods. Remember True Bloods, that show True Bloods? Or those of you who watch vampire movies and stuff like that on Netflix. I used to watch that a lot. But kind of had that in my mind rolling around my head. So I'm walking through this woods, and I come up to this house, and it was one of the houses from True Blood. It was the show. But when I knocked on the door, nobody was home. There was nobody there. Felt like it was empty. Felt like it was just a big brick house or whatever. And then I turned around, and I saw this amazing courtyard. And it was just like, and it had a path. Like, it was almost like a circle. Okay, and this circle was all the way around, and in the middle of the circle, there was a fountain. There was like this fountain, and it was shooting up water and stuff. And then there was like these docks, and the further I looked out, there was these docks where the boats would line up. It was almost like it was like some kind of Greek Isles type feel. But I walked down, and then I started to see all these lions. I saw all these lions everywhere. I saw this lion walking around the fountain, and then I stopped for a minute, because I came up to this place where there was a boat docked. I wanted to get on the boat, and then there was these lions in my path. I couldn't get through. These lions. So what I did is I jumped over the ledge thing, and I came around, and I walked around the lions. And wherever I turned, there was these lions, and I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel like anything was wrong and anything was going on. And then I finally came out, and I ended up coming back around to the beginning where I started, back at the house. And I'm looking, I just walked in a circle. I just walked in this maze, and here I am. But that was years ago. But that was one of those dreams that just stick with you. And all these lions were just like very protective. They were really like keeping an eye on things, making sure nothing happened. But those are some cool dreams. But some of my favorite dreams are the ones where I'm like this secret agent, secret agent Iggy, dun, 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 puts on his black, and he's scaling down the buildings and trying to catch the bad guy. Anyways, but the call number 646-595-3440 for those of you who want to call in. Don't forget that this Wednesday we have a fireside drumming over at My Sage Place for those of you who want to come to that. Just look on my Facebook timeline, and you'll find the event there. That'll be fun. And then we also have the Peace Walk on Saturday, and then we have the huge drumming on Sunday, 11 to 5, the gathering of 1,000 drummers. So for those of you who can make it to that, that's always an amazing event. So I wanted to promote those things that we're doing. And, that's what we're doing. So I want to move kind of into our reading now. We're going to be giving readings here since we're getting a little quiet, not getting too many calls for the dream interpretation. And so we're going to do some animal totem readings. For those of you who want some animal totem readings, let me know. Just raise your hand, and I'll pull a card for you before we get into the meditative stage of our show, where we actually go into meditation. And our meditation will be about interpreting our dreams and how we're going to go back into our dreams. So if you want a card, let me know. I'm going to pick one for the group, one for the show. So raise your hand or just say, Iggy, I want one, whatever, and I'll pull the card for you. So here's the card. The first card for the night is the frog. Okay. The frog is about purification, clearing out the clutter. All right. So, okay, the frog is here telling us that in order for us to purify, we also have to clear the clutter. And clutter doesn't mean the closets, and doesn't mean all the things that, are in our way. It's actually, this is more about us. This is more about what's happening inside of us. We have to clear out of our mind those things that are holding us back, those things that are keeping us from moving into the space we want to. A lot of the reasons we can't move into spaces and places where we want to be is because we get in our way. Our butt gets in the way. We turn around and there's a big anchor back there and we're dragging it along. And sometimes that anchor gets hooked. Okay? We need to reel that anchor in, all right, and just let it go. Now, the cool thing about the frog is it has there's two components to that. Well, two, not four, two. Used to be a tadpole. It lived in the water, okay? So its first existence was learning, breathing, and, the water was its life. Eventually, it starts to manifest and starts to create legs, arms, okay? It starts to change. It starts to go through the metamorphosis of life, okay? And so it starts to become something different. It starts to become something more unique. But it goes in phases, so it doesn't happen immediately. So you have to look at the things that are happening in your life. This is for everybody. This is a general read. You have to look at the phases that are happening in your life, the things that are going on in your life right now, going in phases. Some things happen very quickly. Some things happen very slow, all right? Sometimes slow is good. Sometimes slow is good, and sometimes speed is good. But if you're going to be a tadpole to a frog, you probably want to go slow. You probably want things to move in a certain way. So remember, when you're working through the process of purification and you're working to clear out the clutter, sometimes it will take its time and it will take whatever it needs to take. Right? So and I hope you like that card. I'm going to pull a card. Let's see, who needs a card? Let me go back to, I believe we had 3 people asking. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back. I'm going to go back here for a second. And I think there's 3. And I believe Sue wanted a card, okay? And then Susie wanted a card, and then Jan wanted a card. I think that's correct. I think that's what it is, since I can't scroll back. And here we go. Go down here. Here we go. I'm going to pull a card. All right. Sue Fields, this is for you. Rabbit, fertility, your creativity is at its peak. Okay. So if you know anything about rabbit energy is very powerful medicine. Rabbit is powerful. Very, very powerful. Rabbit, when it needs to be slow, it slows down. And when it needs to be fast, it's fast. But it's also about being on fertile ground. It's also knowing what you need to do for yourself. Okay? Creativity is at your peak. What they're saying pretty much, what that card is saying is, this is an opportunity for whatever you've been holding back, whatever you've been waiting to work on, something that you weren't able to, kind of launch off or whatever. There's a project you want to do. This is a good opportunity, okay? Good opportunity for you to move into the space of attempting that, okay? That also means that this is also time to be able to, if it doesn't work, to revamp it very quickly, very fast, okay? So it doesn't mean that, if it dies, don't kill the project, okay? That's what Spirit's saying with that card. All right, Sue, thank you. So Susie, you want a card, okay? And then we got Jen, and then we got Darlene. Here we go. Shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Yeah, woo! I'm ready for the drum circles, man. I'm like all hyped up. Spirit's giving me some good energy tonight. Okay, here we go. Boom. Susie. You had 5 rabbits in your yard? That's cool. All right, here we go. You have 5 days of manifestation, right, Sue? Is that what it is? You have 5 days to initiate the project, or 5 months? Maybe 5 years, I don't know. Or 5 seconds, 5 minutes. 5 times is fun. You'll figure it out. You do this work too, so I know you'll figure it out. All right, elephant, resolve. You will overcome any obstacle. Okay, Susie, whatever you're going through, whatever's happening to you, you're going to have to work a little bit harder like the elephant. You're going to have to put a little bit of backbone into it. You're going to have to be a little bit strong. You're going to have to put a little bit of elbow grease into it. It's not going to be easy at first, but once you start doing it, everybody's going to back off. Because you know what? Nobody wants to mess with an elephant. Nobody wants to mess with somebody who's on a mission. And then you're like, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Because you know what? I'm doing this. All right? Don't like it at first because it's difficult and it's hard. It's so uncomfortable. Sometimes when we want change, it's hard and uncomfortable. Okay? But you will overcome. You will overcome, you will jump, and you will move into the space that you need to be in, which is good. That's where you want to be, right? You want to be in a good frame of mind. You want to be in a good frame of health, all right? Spirit is saying one thing is you have a good memory. You don't forget things, okay? Spirit is saying don't forget, but forgive yourself. Forgive aspects of yourself that are still holding on to stuff, Susie, okay? Because if you don't, it's going to come back, and you're going to keep going over that. You're going to just loop it. You're going to be looping. You're going to be like, you know what? You don't want to do that because that gets really old and really tired right now. So you got to be like the elephant. You got to be strong, on the point, do it, and not have any fear. All right, Susie, so that's your card. You got the elephant card, okay? Elephants are cool. I like elephants. Okay, we'll put that here. And I think now we have, let's see, we have, I think we have Jan now, right? Jan wanted a card? Is that right? Y'all move too fast. You're welcome, Susie. All right, here we go. And then we got... All right, Jan, I think this is yours. Then Darlene's next. Spirit's telling me to shuffle really good on this one, so I have to trust Spirit on that one. And here we go. Boom. The links. Discernment, look beyond immediate appearances. All right. Well, this kind of goes with your story of your dream. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Use some discernment, look beyond immediate appearances. Things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes things happen. Be patient. Be like the cat. Be waiting. Don't just pounce. Have purpose in what you're doing, because if you jump too soon, you're going to miss the boat, or you're going to override it, and you're going to the message is going to be completely different. Okay, so Spirit wants you to use discernment. Think about it before you do it. All right? Trust those around you. Okay? Trust in yourself, especially. Definitely you. Definitely trust in your ability. You have the ability to do whatever you want, when you want, how you want. Okay? Don't wait. Don't be late. Do it. That's what Spirit's saying. And the Spirit's kind of being really funny about that. Okay? You got to be like, yeah, here I come. All right. All right, Darlene, you're next. And I think then it's Joe, right? All right, let's see. Shuffling. Here we go. Boom. You see? These cards are repeating again. The Lion. Courage. Ask for what you want. Okay, Darlene. Whatever's happening in your life right now, whatever's going on, you need to ask, okay? And you need to say, hey, I need to do this, but I'm afraid. Why am I afraid? No, don't be afraid. Take a chance, take a risk, jump out, because you know what? Because if you don't, you're going to beat yourself up, okay? And you're going to beat yourself up to the point where, you're going to be, like, frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Just, ask. Ask Spirit, ask, your guides, ask whoever you believe in, whoever you resonate, your wherever you pray to, whatever, they will help you, okay? And if it's something, the lion's a very powerful medicine. But here's the thing about lion. Lion also is a creature that, is very passive too. It eats when it needs to eat. It doesn't just kill to kill, okay? It has a precise precision, and it has purpose. It does things with purpose. It doesn't just do random things. So Spirit Soul is telling you to have purpose and have goals and have things that you need to figure out. Write them down. Don't get too distracted, all right? But be brave in your process. Be brave in the things that you're looking for. If things are on your way now, if you have things going good for you right now, all right, which is good, keep those things going. Don't let that momentum die. Don't let that momentum stop. Don't let that momentum move in past you. Keep it going. Keep it flowing. Because if you don't, you're going to start over. And nobody likes to start over. And I know it's okay to start over, but if you're moving into the place where you're doing things properly and doing it right, then you don't have to do that. All right, cool. Hopefully that resonates with you a little bit. And I think Joe has a card, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. You got a thumbs up there, Joe. Hopefully you didn't leave, Joe, because I don't see you up there on the little faces, but I'll read it for you anyhow. Boom. Joe, you got the hawk, my brother. Okay, you got the hawk card. Choose your priorities, eliminate all distractions, okay? Joe, whatever is distracting you right now, whatever is going on in your mind, whatever's happening in your life, something that's keeping you from doing whatever you need to do, okay? There's probably 1,000 things that are happening, and you're probably really distracted at this time because of the things. Well, Spirit is saying, got to be like the hawk, got to be like the eagle. You got to use that sight. You got to understand and determine and be patient and wait and do what you need to do, okay? All right? So, Joe, Spirit's just saying, trust in Spirit, trust in God, trust in whatever you align your energy with, whatever you pray to, whatever you're into, because they have your back. They got your back, okay? To have a hawk on your back is actually pretty cool. So choose priorities properly. Be patient. Don't just jump it. Don't eliminate it, okay? And avoid the distractions. Neva, okay? I guess you're next. And we're going to shuffle here. And you're welcome, Darlene. All right, shuffling. Hopefully these cards make some sense. Okay, and here we go. The Cougar. It's about being confident, be bold, and take charge, okay? Whatever you are working on right now, whatever you are having any ideas about, something that you are trying to manifest, something that you're trying to create, whatever that is right now, is to be confident. To be confident in your ability. Be confident in what you do. Be confident in what's happening. Try not to second guess yourself. I mean, as human beings, we second guess ourselves just because that's human nature. Sometimes we think someone else is doing something better than we are. But in this case, okay, it's another cat card. Cats, they're precise. They have, purpose, and they do things. All right, other than a house cat, these big cats just don't just kill to kill, okay? They have purpose. So when it's time to feed, they feed. All right? Be bold, take charge. This is an opportunity for you to step into a position that you're probably working on, something that is part of your life, something that you want to manifest and create. This is an opportunity. That could be in your own business, that can be in a job, that can be anything. This is an opportunity for you now to do what you need to do. Okay? So take charge, do it, get with it. All right? So these are popcorn reads, so these aren't full reads, okay? But hopefully that helps you a little bit there, Neva. Okay? And then Anita, you would like a card pulled? Okay, my friend Anita. And congratulations on your 2-year anniversary there. That was pretty cool. I was happy to see that. Awesome. All right, here we go. And I got the Raven. Woo-hoo. That's a nice card. I like that card. The Raven is about magic, own your own power. Wow. Talk about cards, right? So the Raven is here, or the Crow, is here to remind you that you are magic, that you have the ability to do whatever you want, create whatever you want, okay? But by doing that, you're not giving yourself away. Don't give yourself away is also a reminder in that card, all right? Own your own power. So when you're in your magic, you have to have your own power, right? And how else can you be in your own magic if you're not powerful in your own right? Spirit's just reminding you, okay, that we all have shadow sides, that we all have aspects of ourselves that we have to work through no matter what. Even though when we have awakened moments, Spirit's saying we have moments where we're awakened and enlightened, but then we have moments that we're dark, okay, and we're in the shadows and we're going to stop. But it doesn't mean we stop living. It doesn't mean we stop and we quit. It means we just have to keep moving, keep working through the process. All right? So own your own power. Be the magic that you are. Be who you are. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks, because it doesn't matter, because they don't pay your bills. They don't wash your car. They don't wash your clothes, unless it's your boyfriend probably. But anyways, you know what? Remember, you are the magic. You are the person who will make things happen for you. And Anita, I hope that read is good for you, and I hope it resonates with you. All right, let's see. A couple more. Anybody else want a card here real quick? Anything you want to read? All right, anybody else? Let's see. I think we may not have it. Let me go online here and see if there's anybody here online. Let me see. And nope, we're all clear there. Go back to the page. Anybody else need a card real quick before I shift our show a little bit? Okay. You're welcome, Anita. No problem. Glad you enjoyed that read. All right, so today's cards were brought to you by Great Spirit. Today we had Magic, the Raven, Confidence, the Cougar, Hawk, the focus. Lion, courage. The courage. The cowardly lion has courage. I like that. The lynx, discernment. The elephant, resolve. The rabbit, fertility. The frog, purification. I love this deck. This is my favorite deck. And then we have one more card to read from my friend Karen. And here we go, Karen. I'm going to pull a card for you. Ready. Here we go. I don't know what it is, but hopefully it's a good one. Boom. It's the otter. The otter is surrender. Let go, Karen. Let go. Whatever's holding you back, whatever is in your way. Spirit is saying, let go, Karen. Karen, just let it go. Okay, you got to be playful. You got to find time to play, because if you don't play, it's not going to help you. And you want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel good about the energy. Sometimes taking care of another person, taking care of others and needs, we forget about ourselves. Spirit saying, don't forget about me. Karen, I need you to play. I need to see you play. I need to see you swim like the otter. I need you to see you play like a drum or something, okay? Don't stop. Don't quit. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Forgive yourself. Move into spaces. Create healthy limits and boundaries. Tell people who are in your way, say, hey, you know what? You need to move because I got to play like the otter. I got to go in the water and I got to swim and I got to roll around. Woohoo! Look at me. That's what you need, Karen. That's what Spirit wants you to do. And Spirit wanted me to tell you just the way I just did, because you're a good player. You play well. You have fun. So be like the little buddy there, little otter. Just get in the water, swim, bike, run, whatever you want it to be. All right? Cool. Hey, rare form sometimes, That's how it goes. We just do it. Who else needs a card read? We're on a roll here. Who else wants a card? Let's go, people. Who else wants a card? Because I'm ready to read these cards. These spirits rolling through. All right. Are we done? Hopefully not. I hope someone else pops on. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Let's see. And I think the chat room, people are laughing. I don't blame them. All right. So I'm going to pick a card for me until somebody else picks a card. I'm going to pull a card, okay? And I'm going to see what Spirit tells me what I need to do. I'm going to see what I need to work on and things that I have to work. I'm going to shuffle these really good because, these cards are powerful. This is a connection in Spirit. All right, Iggy. All right, here we go. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Look at it. I'll get to you there, Craig, in a minute. This is my card. I pulled my own card. I pulled the Buffalo card. Abundance. You are a provider in all ways. Okay. Spirit is saying, believe that you're abundant. Believe that what you're doing is important. Believe in what the messages that you get and you share with other people, and the love that you share with people is important. Never forget that. Always honor that. Respect, honor that what you do is a gift from Spirit, okay? That you are the hollow bone, that you are the magic, you are the otter, the crow, you are all the animals that came before this card, okay? So don't be shy. Be like the buffalo, steadfast, strong, holding its ground, but receiving all at the same time. Wow. That was cool. That was my card. Okay. Wow, that was powerful. I got to be like the buffalo. All right, here we go. Or maybe I should just be the panda. Hey, there he is. We'll see him on Sunday. All right. So, okay, Craig. I'm going to pull a card for Craig now. Here we go. Going ready to pull the card. Hope you're listening, Craig. Because I don't know what's coming. I don't know. I think I've pulled many cards the same. So here we go. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Here's your card, my friend. Ooh. It's funny. I have a lot of cards in the deck. And you know what? They're always the same cards that seem to come out for some reason. I'm not sure. Boom. Okay, there you go. You got the snake. Healing. You are a healer. Craig, Spirit is saying, that you got some things that we need to work on. There's some things about your own self-healing that you have to work on. You're looking for other people to help you through the process, and that's fine. That's good. But when you actually make the steps about transformation and changing yourself and shedding that skin, because that's what we do as human beings, we also shed our cells away. We're not even the same person, from 7 years ago, okay, or just last week. We're completely different. Either way, Spirit is saying, let go. Heal. You're healing. And to be a healer is to heal thyself, okay? Remember that. In order to be a healer is to heal thyself. And this is for everybody, I think, too, for me as well, to remember that to be a healer is to heal thyself, to work on ourselves forever. Sorry, but that's our journey, is that we all have to work on ourselves forever. Okay, so Spirit is saying, let go, heal, shed, and transmute, and change. And open your heart, open your spirit, open your soul to receive beautiful things from the universe. Okay. Very good. I like those cards. Pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. And I think there's no more reads. Did I miss anybody? Anybody? Did I miss anyone? No? Okay. We'll move forward then. All right. So I'm going to pack the cards up now. I'm going to put these cards away. And I think I hope you liked what we were doing today. I hope you liked the energy that we created together, this manifestation that we all created together. You guys brought the fun out of me today. I was having a bad day. I was having a great day, actually. All right. I was having a wonderful day. So I'm still having a wonderful day. I'm having a wonderful night now. Are you having a wonderful night? We're all having a wonderful night, right? We're all having a good time. That's right. But those cards, these are amazing cards, okay? These are Stephen D. Farmer, Ph.D., okay? This is his cards. I love his cards. For some reason, I resonate with these cards, and I'm glad that was appropriate. You said it was appropriate. Okay, very good. But your dreams, guys, now here's the other part of the dreams. You are the dreams. You are the magic. You are able to do whatever you want to do. Sometimes it won't work out the way you want it to be, but you know what? Did you have a good plan for that? Did you have a good roadmap for that? Because your dreams are manifesting inside of your dreams. Like when you're dreaming, when you're creating, when there's things that you want to work on, those dreams have to be roadmapped. You have to set a roadmap. You can't just fly by the seat of your pants anymore. Spirit is saying you cannot just fly by the seat of your pants. You've done that since you were 8 years old, okay? Some of you maybe have been very meticulous about it. Some of you need to back off a little bit and just relook at your goals again, because if you're not getting what you're getting, it's because you need to reset them or they're not set properly. That means that there's an aspect of whatever you're doing that is not working. Okay? Ask somebody, show somebody, tell somebody. Are you telling people you want to dream? Are you telling people about your dreams? When you dream, when you have these nightmares, you tell people, right? But you never tell anybody about the cool things you dream about. Tell them, share it, because it's important. Now, the dream aspects from the dreams that we have that manifest outwardly, write them down, just like I was writing down. Everybody who was telling me their story, I was writing down, because there's little pieces and parts that I have to learn from that. People tell you how they are, who they are, what they are, through the things they share, the things they talk about, the things that they manifest, the things they dream about. All right? Some of us are seers. Some of us can see other people's things, other people's stuff. Some of us just see our stuff. Some of us see the combination of us and them. So if you're having all these different dreams and you're having all these intricacies and all these webs and all these things that are flowing together, all right, these are messages to you, okay? What better messenger is than yourself? But you know what? You and I have the answers. But you know what? We don't want to hear it sometimes. We don't want to vocalize what's in our heart and what's in our spirit, because you know what? If we do, then it becomes real. Then we have to do it, and then we have to be it. And you know, for some of us, that's a scary place. And I get that. I totally understand that it's a scary place when we have to manifest and create what we want. All right? So our dreams tell us through our dream state. Because if we're not doing it in the real state, in this 3D world, in this plane of existence, we're doing it in our dreams. And you'll have this dream over and over and over, and you're going, oh, I don't understand why I have this dream. You do too. You understand totally why you're having that dream. There's a part of you just don't want to hear it. There's a part of you going, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No. You know, 98% of the time, you know exactly what that dream's about. But you know what? you know if you say something about it, that you have to act on it or you have to work on it. Do you want to work on it? That's the good question. That's where it's usually at. When we have these dreams that we manifest and we create inside of our dream state, all right, we have to do the work. Like my friend Jan says, you got to do the work. And that doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter where it's at or how it is. If you're going to open up a restaurant, you got to do the work, right? You got to have the money, the capital. You got to have all the things that you do, right? Well, your dreams are the same way. The dreams that you're having, these nightmares you're having, you got to work through them. You got to process through them. You got to piece and part and figure out what's going on. 98% of the time, you know exactly what you need to do. Okay, it's that last fraction that the last percent that blocks you. 99, 100. 2% can block your whole brain. Okay? Trust me. 2% can block your whole mind out of 98%. If you want to move out from the 2% to the 98% and be positive and work into that place, then you got to do it. Because if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you. Now, you may need help. You may need somebody to go, hey, Iggy, I need some help. Hey, Jan, I need some help. Hey, Adrienne, I need some help. Hey, Jack, I need some help. Whoever, People are willing to help each other. Now, where you get your information is important, okay? This is also important. Remember that. Don't just go to anybody. But if you do go to anybody, make sure that you have discernment. Make sure that you are able to stand in your power. Make sure that you're the magic. Because people will give you their opinions. You want to know how they feel about your dream. You don't want them to know. You don't want them to tell you what you're doing. How do you feel about my dream? How do you feel about my dream? Versus, what do you think about my dream? Oh, boy, I'll tell you what I think. I think that you's crazy, all right? Something wrong with you, okay? But if you tell somebody how you feel, how do you feel about my dream? Well, let me see, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, I felt what you were saying. I feel what you're talking about. I totally understand what you're getting at. I totally resonate with what you're saying. Big difference. Do you see? And this isn't everything. This isn't everything you do. Never ask anybody what they think. Because they will give you a gazillion, you know what I'm saying. All right, opinions. Ask somebody how they feel. Then that means they have to go into their emotional state. They have to go into their empathetic state. They have to go into their heart. They have to go into their own spirit. They have to see you for who you are and for who they are. If you tell them what to think, damn, they go right to the beat. They beat you up. All right? They give you they're so qualified to analyze you and tell you what's wrong with you at that point that you're kind of going, wow, I shouldn't have asked. What the heck? But you ask somebody. Remember that, my friends. Always ask people how they feel about the situation versus what they think. Okay? Because in the dream world, it's our decisions to make what we want out of it. We get to pull out of it what we want, not what somebody else wants. Okay? Pull out of it what it's important to you. If it's not important to you, then move on. But dreams are there to help you. Dreams are there to motivate you, and dreams are there to unlock things about you, unlock things about your family, unlock things about relationships, unlock things about you name it. Okay? Your dreams are there for you. They're your personal guides. They're your personal journey. They're your personal stories of little pieces of aspects of you. Okay? Little pieces and aspects of you. All right? So I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope this was fun because I had a blast tonight. You guys are awesome. I could feel your energy. I could see you guys really into this tonight, and I really, really, really appreciate that. I do have one caller, and I'm going to take this caller. Okay. Hello, welcome to the show. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm just wondering if you're doing any readings because I'm having issues on something.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of lucky because I was just about to end the show, but I'm going to take a card for you. Go ahead. What's going on? What's happening?
Thanks. There is someone from my past that came back. I'm single. He was my first in everything. He was a great boyfriend in high school. We had a really great, special relationship. So he came back, and recently we've been giving it a try, and he has been kind of displaying anger problems, like being argumentative, not physically violent, but just like hostile in arguments, every little thing. So I'm not sure if this is even worth it or if it's going to turn into anything, if it's meant to be.
Okay. I picked a card for you, and I picked the Fox. Adaptability, adapt to changes that are happening. Okay? Here's the twofold. Spirit saying, you're either going to adapt to the changes, or he's going to adapt, or none of you are going to adapt at all. You can't go back into time and try to expect things to be a certain way. Spirit saying is, if you want things to change, you're going to have to work. Both of you are going to have to work on it. Both of you are going to have to create healthy limits and boundaries for each other. Because if you don't, and if you're not going to do that, you're not willing to do the work to make this relationship work, then you might want to consider saying, hey, you know what? It was cool in high school, whatever, wherever you guys met, and let's move on. Let's just go separate places. That's easy for me to say, but the card is adaptability, so that means you either have to adapt or change. One of you's got to adapt or change, and then if one of you doesn't adapt or change, one of you is going to say, you know what? I'm an adult now. I don't have time for these games. I don't have time to mess around. So Spirit just saying, you're going to have to make some decisions for yourself. Spirit's not going to make them for you. I can't make them for you. You're going to have to make them decisions for you. If it's not comfortable, it's not good, that should be some indicators. If you're getting red flags, sit down and talk with this person. This person should be able to talk to you. If they're the person that you say who they say they are, and they're the person that is also going to make you happy, they're also going to be the person that's going to make you sad and mad too. Because our soulmates, people who we bring into our lives, who are like the ones who are really connect to us, they make us run the whole gamut. They make us run the whole wheel. Okay, so things aren't always going to be pretty. Sometimes but we don't want them to be ugly. Okay, so my sister, it's really up to you what you want to do with this life. Okay, you can adapt or move on or change. If you change, he doesn't change. That should be a message for you right there. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've been trying with him, but he just is like, I don't know if it's from trauma from his past relationship because he has kids now, or because he's, really angry at me, or I'm really pissing him off. I don't know if it's me or if it's other things, but I don't think I'm really doing anything.
I would have to guess there's some things that his life, since you've been apart, there's been a lot. He's had a lot of experience and memories that he's collected along the way that aren't congruent with what you are and what he's are. But you know what? At least you gave it a shot. At least you're giving it a shot. And if it's not meant to be, it's not. You can't help who you love. I mean, I understand that. And I get that. But love you. Love yourself. Honor who you are. Protect yourself. Create healthy limits and boundaries for you. Okay? And you'll be okay. Well, thank you, my sister. You have a good evening, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Don, you snuck in at the last second, didn't you? Yeah, this will be really quick, really fast, because we're running down to a minute and a half. All right, here we go. Woo! You got Coyote. Coyote is the wise fool. Accept your follies and find the teaching in them. Okay, Spirit is saying very quick, whatever's happening in your life, whatever's going on, okay, there's going to be some trickster energy coming your way, but you're going to learn from that. You're going to learn very quickly and very fast how to navigate those things. And you're not going to stay in the energy very long. You don't want to stay in the energy, number one, because it doesn't serve you, okay? But the coyote is powerful medicine. Coyote medicine is super powerful. It's also very, very adaptable medicine, all right? It's very magical, all right? So, Don, I hope that helps a little bit. I'm almost out of time here. All right, guys, I love you guys very much. You guys are awesome. And you know what? Be well. Do your best. I'll see you guys all 1,000 drummers. I'll see you on Wednesday at the Fireside Drumming. I will see everybody at the Peace Walk. Take care, guys. Peace and love. 1, 2, 3. Give me a shout out. Send me an email. Let me know you're loving this stuff. Tell me on this blog here, on this podcast, that, yeah, you enjoyed the show. Tell your friends to join me next week. Be online.